1973. The first public mobile phone call was made from a car phone. These were extremely expensive, only available to the wealthy elite. But soon the prices would come down and they'd become a status symbol of the 80s. But how does one make a phone call without any money? Enter the payphone. The first payphones were installed in 1969 and looked like this. They didn't have touch screens or fancy buttons, just a rotary dial just like the ones in your house. The nice thing about them is that they did have these really long cords so you could walk around and get a better signal. This was later exploited by people who would steal the phones by simply cutting the cord and then running away with it. So payphone booths were then made with shorter cords so you couldn't get out. But that also meant you couldn't move around inside either. Great! Now we're really at the mercy of our cellular provider here. And let's not forget the coins. Sometimes you wouldn't have enough change on you, and you'd have to awkwardly ask the person you just called to hold while you ran to the nearest store to buy some coins. You could also get a calling card, which had a number you'd have to dial before your call, and then put the card into a machine once you got connected. The machine would then deduct the cost of the call from the card. It sounds ridiculous now, but back then it was actually a very convenient way to make calls without carrying around coins all the time. And a huge benefit of the calling card is that you could actually use it from any phone, not just payphones. This meant that if you were at a friend's house and wanted to make a quick call, you wouldn't need to look for a payphone outside, saving you from embarrassment because, let's face it, using a payphone in front of your friends was kind of embarrassing. Payphones were convenient, but they were never really portable. You were always tied to where the booth was located. But that all changed with the introduction of the cell phone. The first handheld cellular phone was invented by Martin Cooper of Motorola. He also made the first public mobile phone call in 1973. We actually made a whole video about how he did it, which you can watch here. Cell phones were great, but they were very expensive. It wasn't until the late 90s and early 2000s when they became affordable and practical for everyday people. The first popular mainstream smartphone was the iPhone, released in 2007. Since then, smartphones have completely taken over, and today they are considered a necessity, not a luxury. And who even has time to watch TV anymore when you have an iPhone? All jokes aside, smartphones have greatly improved our lives. Not only are they incredibly convenient, but they've also made communication much easier. So next time you're feeling lazy and don't feel like getting up to go make a phone call, just break your piggy bank and buy yourself a smartphone, because that's what it's for. Oh wait, no, you can't do that because your piggy bank doesn't have any coins. What are you gonna do? Use a payphone. Please subscribe and leave a like. Comment something nice below and check out this video next. See you later.